Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yemi, and I welcome you to today's week market forecast. Starting from the fundamental outlook on the forexfactory.com, I focus on the high impact news only, and this covers for the 20th of October to 24th of October 2025. On Monday, we do not have any high impact news, as you can see. On Tuesday, 21st, we have high impact news on Canadian dollar, which is 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time, focusing on CPI monthly by monthly. On Wednesday, we have the Grouping pounds coming up on the CPI, 7 a.m. Nigerian time. On Thursday, it's blank. We have no high impact news. And of course, on Friday, we have most of the high impact news from euro to Great pounds to US dollar. And it ranges from 8:30 a.m. to 2:45 p.m. Nigerian time. And it will be focusing on the German flash manufacturing PMI, also called CPI on the US dollar. Then we also have the flash manufacturing PMI. And all of this news promising to hold great value and potential volatility. But then we still have the shutdown of the US government, and let's see how the news unfold so we can know exactly what to do and what to expect from the USA outlook, US dollar outlook. And of course, for the previous week, we've been having them as tentative. All right. So let's go into the technical parts of the business and let's see what we have for this week. Now, starting from the DXY on the weekly time frame perspective, let's see what we have here. On the weekly, we still have the price parabolating within the range we discussed last week. And as you can see that I'm just trying not to repeat words. I'm still expecting bullish momentum to clear this high, finally to get to this level. And from here, I want to see more weakness in dollar. And of course, last week was a bearish one for dollar. It was really weak and we saw it. The price actually created a lower high, as you can see. But currently, we're still expecting more bearish momentum on, let's see that on the daily time frame perspective so that we can have a clear structure on what we're expecting in the market. So right here, we have this structure right here, as you can see, like a potential head and shoulder pattern, inverse head and shoulder pattern. And that is why I've been looking to see more bullish momentum on the dollar. So last week we have the Monday, a bit of bullish, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, bearish, and last week, last day of the week was a bullish one for US dollar. So let's see how this week will unfold. Going to the 4-hour time frame perspective, let's say we have a clear structure where we can be having an opportunity. All right. So right here, it still remain a strong bearish momentum from this massive look, right? A massive bearish momentum like this, a pulling back into this range. And let's see, peradventure, if the price manages to create something like this, to take the price to this high level, as you can see this. So we can expect the price to move a little bit upward before we see bearish momentum. Like we can expect to see the price create something like this, creating something like this, all right? Because right here it's looking a bit weak, and then only if the price will be out of this session, then we can take more bullish opportunity. But for now, this is what it's looking like. And let's just see how the price will unfold at the opening of the market for the week. And we have more insight on that. So very quickly, let's see what we have on the other side of the currency pairs, because that also really it really matters a lot. All right. It matters a lot. And yeah, this is it. This is what I have here. This is it. Okay, let's see what we have on Great Pounds US dollar. Let's see what we have on Great Pounds US dollar. And of course, before I go there, don't forget we have a level here, which was another hole, which is a gap that we expected the price to get into to fill later on, right? The price has not got in there. So we still have some of these in check that still made us to have a bit of bearish bias on this the XY. But then we're going to trade what the price is showing, not what we think the price should be doing. All right. On the Euro US dollar, starting with the DX from the weekly time frame perspective, we're done with the DXY. On the weekly, this is not really encouraging because we have the price being choked down within this price session. After the rejection was taken previous high here, we've been pricing the markets to the lower price level and it's creating such energy within a ranging zone. But so far, so well. Last week was a bit tough one between the bulls and the bears in the market, and it ended almost as a perfect candle, almost equal to the top side, to the downside, and a bullish candlestick momentum. So that's what's on the weekly. Will this week be more bullish or more bearish momentum for the market to see? Because ideally, we're looking at the market to create more bearish momentum if we're going to have a bullish energy right there on the DXY. So right here, this was the first thing I have some months ago, which I was expecting the entire bullish momentum to push forward and create something like this, at least to take out this previous high. That was my outlook on EURUSD. And if this is going to happen, it means the XY must really be bearish for that to happen. If that will happen, DXY must really be bearish for that to happen. So going back to the EURUSD where we belong now, on the weekly time frame perspective, this was just what I'm looking at right here. It's showing more bearish momentum. As you can see, more bearish momentum. Bears, they have more energy, but the price is actually is ranging there. So let's not waste more time there. Let's go to the daily and see what the price is saying. On the daily, I'm going to talk about this later. On the daily, we have the price creating bullish momentum for 3 days of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and last day of the week we saw the price it took the liquidity to the upside and it closed below the price level, and currently it ended as a massive bearish candlestick pattern right there. And just like we saw the inverse of the head and shoulder pattern on the DXY for our daily time frame, we are looking at something like that here. I think that was on 4 hour time frame. So this is also looking like a potential head and shoulder pattern from this price level to this price level, take our liquidity back to this price level, creating that shoulder back to this level. So more or less we can be expecting the price to continue selling and get into this range before we have a series of buy later. So I'm going to talk about this on later on. All right. So on the 4 hour time frame perspective, therefore, what do we have here? On the 4 hours, we've seen how the price has created a structure. It has been a massive buy all through that level. And this was where I was expecting the price to get to before we have a good sell, right? I use this candlestick as a reference point now. But what happened there was a little bit off from the expectation because the market took that zone off by about 20 pips to clear the liquidity there, and it started dropping massively ever since then. The last candles, the last 3 candles of 4 time frame did about 56 pips in the market on Euro US dollar, which I was not part of it because the price has already taken out the entire zone. I was expecting reaction. So basically on lower time frame, the opportunity would have been there, but then I missed that anyways. So it was a busy week a little for me. And then it's not bad. We're looking at this week. So what are we expecting for this week? We're going to see more bearish momentum. Is it possible to see more bearish momentum in the market for this week around this price level? I'm going to take out this one right here. So I can also take out this one. It's looking, so it won't be confusing. Let me take out this, all right? So this is the zone. This is what I'm looking at. I'll take out this one again as well. So this is what I'm looking at here. So it is very possible that we have the price creating that structure. It looks bearish anyways. It looks bearish, but I just want to see how the price will create that structure to this level. All right, because ideally from here is where I want to see a buy momentum from this price level here on the 4 time frame perspective. From here, this is where I want to see the price coming into before I see a buy. So I'm still looking for the market to make a move to the upside to grab liquidity. If it grabs liquidity, then I'm expecting it to sell down into this kind of range, and from there we are good to go. So basically, it's either the price actually open up with a massive momentum to the upside to create something like this and sell down later and take out this low also and come straight into this range, and from here I can easily be waiting for a bullish momentum. I can be waiting for a buy right here. So this is a better one for me. I'm going to measure my risk right around there, and I'm going to take a buy momentum when the price gets here. And if you check on 4 time frame perspective, that's about 236 pips in total. I don't know how long it's going to take, but currently this is what I'm expecting in the market. I want to see the reaction first before I decide on what to do. And how did I get a zone? Simply from this demand zone right here. Okay, so this is a 4 hour time frame perspective, expecting more bearish momentum. Then from there, we'll have more insight on which direction we should be targeting with the market. Okay, that is that on that. Or should we check? Let me check the 4 hour time frame. Sorry, let me check the 1 hour time frame rather. I spend more time on this. Okay, 1 hour time frame perspective. Yes, it looks good. It really looks good. If I'm going to refine on 1 hour time frame, that means this will be the level I'm anticipating the price to come to on the 1 hour time frame perspective. This will be the level I'm expecting the price to go to on the 1 hour time frame. So this means if this will not be there, I'll be looking for the price to get in here. But ideally, I will just sit with the 4 hours that I have, and I think that is way better for me. All right, I expect more bearish momentum to cover all of this momentum to the upside, expecting it to cover up again. Okay, that is that on that. And weekly time frame on the GBP US dollar, a little bit different from what we see on the EURUSD. And currently, this guy is hanging between different zones which are valuable. This is on weekly time frame perspective. It's giving a bearish vibe, as you can see, a bearish momentum, right? Bearish, bearish, bearish. Okay, so lower lows, lower highs formation. And let's go to the daily and see what the price is actually saying. On the daily, therefore, based on the charts, you're going to realize that at some point we have the bullish momentum. It went straight on Thursday, on Wednesday and Thursday, and on Friday we have a bearish candle which took highs and took lows and ended this way. So what is the information we have in here? Is it possible to see the price coming lower for the new week and do something like this to just sell down into this level? Sorry. No, 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 no. I'm expecting to see reaction in the market before I go for a buy or before I go for a sell. Are we expecting to see something like this in the market going forward for this week? We don't know yet. But then let's see what we have for last week. So let's make clear, 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 clear. Let's make it clear. All right, last week we're expecting to sell from here in the community. We expect to sell from here, but the market took out the stop loss, then it started moving this way. So I'll remove this one, I'll remove this one as well. And of course, this level was where I was expecting the price to get into before it starts selling. This level was the level I was expecting the price to get into before it starts selling. The price did not get here before it started selling, but it's fine. But on the higher time frame, which is the daily, look at what I have on the daily time frame. So I'm trying to just maximize the chart. From here to here, we have a fair value gap zone right there. Okay. So if the price has left this zone completely, so what else are we expecting? Is it to see the price reacting from here, or we expect the price to break this level and come back into it as an inversion favor the gap zone, then continue selling from here? If this should be the case as well, that is also a fantastic move in the market. But let's see the lower time frame perspective to further know which direction we should be expecting the price to move into going forward for the week. On 4 time frame perspective, look at this one right here. We saw the price that's created structure multiple times. I didn't get to the price level, which is the supply zone here. And what are we expecting here? We're expecting more momentum when the market is open. But basically, the market has been doing a lot right here with plenty ranging and the rest of that. But ideally, what I have on the lower time frame, on the higher time frame perspective, will be a guide for me going forward. All right. And let's see 1 hour time frame. Let's see if we have any opportunity there on 1 hour time frame. I'm going to take out this one. Anyways, I'm going to take out this one. So it is very possible for the market to actually still go back there and go. I'm coming. I'm going to show it again. I'll show it again. So this level, it's a good one. If I'm targeting a buy, I'll be looking forward to see the price dumping lower before I think of a buy. So right now, it's not really looking much. But let's see the 4 hour time frame once again. On the 4 hour time frame, I want to see this. This is also a good price I just removed right now, which I can expect the price to get into. So it is very possible that the price actually goes back into this range to test it now and break further. So this is also possible. I can expect a sell momentum from here. So this is also very, very likely. We're going to see how the markets we open up, okay? We're going to see how the markets will open up these things. We're not forcing the market to form it. We just want to see the opportunity in the market. So we're good with that. All right. This is for our time frame on Great Britain pounds, US dollar. And let's see what we have on AUDUSD. Okay, last week I was expecting the price to get here before we have a buy, and the price did not tap us in by 5 pips. I guess around 5 to 6 pips. The price moved away without us, and in the community it has done about 80 pips. So back and forth, back and forth. But let's leave that the way it is and go into the weekly time frame perspective. On the weekly, what do we have? I've said it over time that this guy is moving sluggishly, but this was my target for it on a buy. So currently, it may fail to do a more of sell, and we're going to determine how much it's going to sell when it takes out this liquidity below this trend line, right? It has tapped below the trend line, but it closed above it. So let's see how much more do we still have to work with the trend line before this happened. I understand if you have a perspective around this, it's still okay. Let's see how the market will unfold. That's the most important thing. And for me, if only if the price is taking out this liquidity below this trend line here, closing below it, and I'm seeing a full force right there, then I'll be seeing the market for more bearish momentum. But right now, it remains bearish in an annoying way. But let's go to the daily. Nothing is here anyways. Nothing is really here. As you can see, look at this. This has been my ultimate level over the time, expecting the price to still do more movement to that side, which is about 407 pips right now. So currently the price is doing this. That's moved here, failure swing here, break of the structure here. It failed to really move upward in the upward direction. But as you can see right here, it's more or less like we're going to have a bullish momentum for the week because over time we'll be having bearish energy, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. But last week it threw another fantastic rejection candle, which you can see here. All right, it threw down another rejection candle with this. So with that outlook, therefore, it means we might be looking for more bullish momentum on this for the week. And let's go to the daily time frame, 4-hour time frame perspective, and see if we have opportunity. Right here, we could not take this advantage because the price did not give us the opportunity, but the price could actually go back there. So it is very possible that we see the price go back there. And if it doesn't, it's not bad. It's okay. What can we still see out of here? What can we take out of this entire outlook? So do we have a favorite gap zone here? We don't have any. There is no favored gap zone here. And of course, we have last bullish momentum. We have a trend line perspective that still suggests that we have more bearish energy. That will be working out on a lower time frame. Okay. So ideally, what should we be expecting from this outlook? Therefore, let's look 1 hour time frame. I just want to look at something clear, more clearer. This is looking a bit bearish right here. And as you can see, we're expecting more bullish momentum before I see a sell momentum on this one. Okay, so right above this price level, around this model, I'll be expecting the price to get here. If the price is able to get here, I'll be looking for a sell at this level. This is 1 hour time frame perspective, don't forget. This is 1 hour time frame perspective, and I'll be looking for a sell from here. This would be the first point of interest. The second point of interest is just above it, right? It's just around there, but then I don't want to look at this. It looks good anyways. It looks good. I can mark it for future reference, but I don't just want to look at it anyways. For me, I want to see the price moving into this range, and this would look good for a sell momentum. This is about 62 pips in intraday opportunity. So this looks good. These are levels I'll be expecting the price to get into for a sell energy. And right here, we have two zones. This is my first point of interest, and the second one right here is my second point of interest. So which means whichever way, when the price reacts to any of these zones, I'll be knowing that I have something to deal with. So right now, this is my outlook on AUD US dollar. This is 1 hour time frame perspective, don't forget. But going back to the 4 hour time frame perspective, this is how it looks like on the 4 hour time frame perspective. I prefer the 4 hour time frame perspective anytime, any day. All right, so this looks good for me anyway. This is the first thing. This is about 62 pips into that range. So that's that on AUD US dollar. Don't forget this range is where I want to buy from in the future. But the price left the zone without us, and that's why I'm leaving the price to move right now. So let's see how the price reacts to that zone. And in the future, we're going to see what we can do and which opportunities still remain in here for us. So I leave this zone to where it is, and I'll move on to the next one. All right. This next one will be the NZD US dollar. I'm not supposed to be touching this anyways. I don't have interest in trading it. So this is the weekly time frame perspective on this one. The last outlook I had on this was to see more sell momentum. And currently, what we're looking at, it did that last week. We enjoyed the beat on it. And for this week, therefore, what can we see? So I'm going to be looking at it from this weekly time frame perspective, where we have something like this. This is also information about a potential buy momentum into a sell energy. So I will take this out, then go to daily time frame and refine it more properly. So on the daily time frame perspective, this is what it looks like. On the daily, this is what it looks like on the daily. So more like we can have something like this, and we have that sell into this range. On the daily time frame perspective, NZDUSD looks bullish at the opening of the markets, having a bullish momentum into this range, which is about 37 to 40 pips on average. All right. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what it looks like. On the 4 hours, on the 4 hours, on the 4 hours, this is it. This is it here. I'm coming. So this is it here. This is what I'm looking at on 4 hour time frame. Expecting the price to get into this level, and from here, then looking for a sell. So this is what it looks like on the 4 hour time frame perspective. Don't forget, I drew this from the weekly. All right. So if it sells to that level, fine, fantastic. This is the level I'm looking for a buy in the future on NZD US dollar. This is the level I'm looking for a buy. So how did I get this level? How did I get this on? Let me check the daily time frame so you can see it. You can also understand what I'm looking at in the market. Okay, I think I saw this on the daily time frame. I think I saw it on daily time frame. Would it be weekly? Let me check. I want to be sure. No, not weekly. Could it be 1 hour? or 2 hours time frame. I just want to be sure I saw something, right? I want to be sure of what I saw. I saw something. Could it be here? No, I don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. 1 hour time frame perspective. I'm coming. Could it be 1 hour? Not really, not really, not really. I guess it's 4 hour time frame. So just trying to keep the time to save the time so I can work on other currency pairs anyways. So after the liquidity was grabbed here, why I chose this level to expect more momentum into this range. And of course, if you look at what the market has done, massive void right here. And below all of those price levels, we have what liquidity. So that's one of the reasons I've been expecting the price to pull in for that liquidity later on in the future. So when that happens, I'll be glad to see more bullish momentum from here. But right now, what I'm looking at on NZD US dollar, it's a buy momentum into this range at 0.5761 before it starts selling into this other range right here. So if we have to do this how it's going to look like in the market. So this is our NZD USD, and don't forget you have to trade this with proper risk management. Sell it from here. So if I want to sell from here, that means my stop loss will be above this level, above this high here. That's why I've set my stop loss. Okay, and that will look like this. I'm setting it to sell into this range like this. And when you sell into this range, then I want to see a buy data. So this is a two-wave analysis and expecting the price to react either ways. So I'm just waiting for the price to react to its thing, and I'll follow my plan. I'll follow what I have in mind with the market. So this is what I have in mind. This is what I plan ahead of time. And let's see how the market will unfold so that we can have more potential opportunities in the market. All right. So let's go to the next one. I'm done with this one. USD CAD or the weekly time frame perspective. Let's see what we have on USD CAD. It's still looking bullish for me. Basically, it looks bullish for me. It was sluggish. It took out the previous high on the weekly time frame perspective. On the daily, let's see what we have here. Daily, we have a bearish daily on for last week because right here, as you can see, the market was massive. So we still buy for a long time, right? If you buy for a long time, that means to see a reasonable sell is not out of proportion, isn't it? So this is what we had for last week on the daily. This is what we had. But let's go to the 4 hour time frame perspective and see how it works. So last week we had a sell momentum right here, which was it was analyzed, and the price took us on the sell. It gave us little profit. It took it back and it break even. So currently we had that sell for last week right here. But for me, what will I be looking for this week? What will I be expecting? At some point, I was expecting the price to come in here before we have a buy, but seems the bullish momentum will be more. And let's see how the market will unfold. We have bearish momentum on USD last week, all right? And this was much of a range as well. So currently, will I still be expecting more bearish momentum on this? Not really much, but I think let's go to 1 hour. Let's see 1 hour. Let's see what I have. So the price did not get here, which is fantastic. Okay, so that's what I have on 1 hour on this one. And this one has done its work, so I can take it out now. I can take this one out now. And even this, I think I can take it out now. So I don't have many things on the chart at the same time. So 1 hour time frame perspective, this is looking a bit not off, anyways, not off. But I think the price has began the movement right here, and it has taken out this previous low. So nothing really much interesting here on the lower time frame perspective. It's going to sell. Well, I'll be looking at it selling into this range to break out this previous level. But ideally from here, I'm not seeing anything on 1 hour anyways. But I can look at the 4 hours and see if we'll be having more bullish momentum. Overall, we'll be having more bullish momentum overall. Look at this here. All right. Overall, we'll be having more bullish momentum. But the XY is weak currently, so that's why we're being careful with the buy and we're focusing more a little bit on the sell. So let's see how the price will react. Let's see how the price will move for the week. On Monday, let's see how it's going to create momentum around those levels. And let's see if the price can actually take out this previous low before it starts buying. And it depends on how the market will open. So either ways, let's see how it goes. All right. But peradventure, if the price gets weaker than expected, we can expect the price to actually still move into this range. The buy momentum will remain valid. All right. So this is a 4 time frame perspective on the USD card. So good to go. Let's see what we have. USDJPY. So last week I anticipated sell momentum from here. It did a bit of stop hunting and Before you know it, the market did about 250 something pips in our favor, but then still expecting the price to create a balance and move into this range. And what we have here is a little bit different. Can you see? So what we have here is a little bit different. The market was close to the place before it pulled back. So I'm going to remove almost everything from here and we'll go to the next thing we have. So I'm going to take out this one. I'm going to take out this one. I'm going to take out this as well and take out this arrow. So let's go to the weekly time frame perspective. On the weekly, what do we have? We have the price choking a bit, higher highs, lower, higher lows, higher highs, lower, higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. Okay. But this is the ultimate levels I was expecting the price to get into, right? On the weekly time frame perspective, last week was a bearish one for this guy. And then that simply means we can be expecting more bearish momentum on this. So let's see how that will likely play out. On the daily time frame perspective, if we have an insight on the daily, the last day of last week was a bullish one and it left with a lower week, which was a signal for bullish momentum. But my concern now is I'm not too sure what will happen with this gap because it has been a concern. What will happen with this gap? Will the price be coming back to fill this gap before moving, or the price will be smashing through this gap and come below it before it starts moving upside? That is where I'm not sure of what the market will likely do. So right here, all I have to do is what every trader we do. I'm going to exercise a bit of patience and see the reaction in the market because right here, if we're looking for more bullish momentum, then this week we might actually have it at the beginning of the week whereby the price might actually still move into this kind of range. Can you see that? This is a bearish momentum range. And on a lower time frame perspective, if the price move here, we can see more sell energy. Let's see that. Let's see that. All right. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, it is very possible. Yes, it is possible. We might see the price creating that structure into this level and back to fill the range and this before we have a buy. This is also very, very possible. And this is just one of those things we look at in the market. And ideally, there's nothing wrong in it. Let's see how the market we perform and let's see the reaction before we know what else to do. So nothing is wrong, nothing is right. Let's wait for market reaction in the market. Okay. Let's wait for the price reaction rather in the market. And this was my outlook on USDCHF. Not really much interesting here. It didn't do that. It sold actually, and it sold to a level I was expecting to see a buy, and the price was around there. So the price did not move into the range. If it does, let's see, maybe exact price level, but I love to enter the midpoint, which is 0.7866 in this perspective. But the price has started the party, I guess. So that's about 48 pips. Okay. So basically, that is what this looks like on 4 time frame perspective. On the daily, what do we look out for? More bullish momentum. This is the wicked. This is a wicked energy, right? It's a wicked rejection right there. So if this bullish momentum will continue, I will look forward to see it buying more, at least doing more about how many pips in total. This is about 54 pips in total, really small. Anyways, it's small. I can expect the price to still do something like this, even if we're going to have a bearish momentum before the bullish later. So this is also one of those things we should know in the market because this is looking bearish for a long time now. It's looking bearish, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So if this is going to go bullish, it has to break the previous high structure and change the direction of the market in characters. And until then, this will remain bullish in the market, and we see this high taken out, we see this low being taken out completely in the market. And peradventure, if they do so, market may likely just pushed to the upside if everything is resolved in the USA and we have more bullish momentum on Dixie. So to then, let's see how the market will unfold before Tuesday, Monday, before Wednesday. We're going to have more insight on this, and I'm going to update as well. All right. So, GBPUSD JPY, nothing interesting here too. Nothing much, nothing much, nothing much. I'm just expecting more sell. Anyways, I'm expecting more sell, and it has done the same thing that happened on the USD JPY with the rejection candle close to the range. All right. So let's see this one on the daily time frame perspective, or the weekly rather. On the weekly, nothing is much here. I'll take it out. I'll take it out. I'll take it out. I think I'll take all of this out. Okay, I don't need it. I'll be watching this guy from the sideline this week. All right, I'll be watching this from the sideline for this week. It looks bullish all of a sudden right here. It looks bullish, as you can see. This is the GBPUSD JPY. I was expecting it to fill the entire zone or 50% of this range before we have more bullish momentum. But with this is a rejection candle. So what would they do? Would they move across us break above here before they come down into this range before they buy later? I'm not sure. So I'm just watching this guy from the sideline this week, okay? And Griffin Pounds guy not interested. I wanted to see more sell on this right here for last week. It swept us and started selling immediately. All right. This was the Griffin Pounds AUD. So we look at this in the market, but then it is what it is. I'm not interested in this anymore. Anyhow, it chooses to behave. I just want to see a buy in the future. So I want to see a buy at this price level here, which is about what price is that? 2.0264. So another price level is where I want to see the momentum get into before I look out for a buy. So basically, this is my outlook on this one right here. I have to group them. No, BTC US dollar. My outlook last week was to see this price coming into this range before we have a bullish momentum on it. And currently, well, what we had here, the price went into that range and it's been struggling, probably trying to figure itself out of that range. But let's see how it goes. If it actually swept the low zone I was expecting to, it swept it through. Can you see that? It swept it, but it's moving back inside of it. So let's see the struggle if it will actually try to break above it or not. This is still very, very susceptible to fundamental outlook. All right, the last guy is the GOAT. I told you my outlook on gold will always be bullish. Any bearish I'm seeing there is just an opportunity to see a buy at a discounted price level. Okay. But apart from that, I'm not interested in selling gold. I want to see buy momentum on gold. And as you can see right here, this was one of the zones I brought out last week. For this week now, if gold is able to retrace into this range here, it may look good for a buy. For me, I won't sell gold, even if it's resell into this range over 24,000 pips. I won't 2,000 pips. I won't sell. I'll be waiting rather. If the price gets there, fantastic for me. If it doesn't, it's fine. So this is just what I have for gold. Not interested in the overall bullish momentum in the market. So this week can actually stay open and have a something like this. We can have a bullish momentum into this range a little and back into this range before we have more bullish momentum again. So basically for me, this is what I have on gold. I'm not looking at anything spectacular on gold and a bullish momentum. So if you're trading gold, trade with proper risk management, and I wish you all the best. All right. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wonderful week ahead of you. I hope you take the best of it, trade with proper risk management, and enjoy the rest of the trading week. Like, share this video, and God bless you. Bye for now.